basically, these are some of the, this is a sampling of some of the national labs. You've probably heard of some of these, maybe some of you didn't. I've worked in the Berkeley lab. In 2006, I took a cohort of 2 students with me to a lab there, and I've been there ever since. No, I'm just kidding. I've gone back every summer, but the FAST program, in case you don't know, is a joint program with NSF, Department of Energy, and also BioLink. Actually, I have to acknowledge them. Elaine Johnson, she kind of started me on this path, so I have to acknowledge her as well. And this past summer, I was able to place a student at the Joint Genome Institute as well in Walnut Creek. So to give you an idea of what this program entails, you as a faculty member, if you're accepted into the program, you can bring 2 to 3 undergraduate students with you to a national lab. And I don't know about you, but at a 2-year college, it's kind of hard to replicate what you have at a national lab. So it's an incredible experience for you as a faculty and the students. The first year I brought 2 students, and I found that 2 kind of is the magical number. 3 is almost a little too much, but you can take up to 3, and you can take students for up to 2 years, so a student can repeat, and I've had a number of students repeat. Now, you as a faculty are obligated for 3 years to do the program, and the intent of the program is to secure funding by the 3rd year so that you can continue this kind of collaboration for many years. I was able to get funding in the 2nd year, and so now I'm in my 5th year. This year, hopefully this summer, will be the 6th year that I can bring students to this lab. And actually, we have other grants, and we're going to have probably 20 students nationwide all over the globe. Not globe, but maybe next year over the globe. You basically can, at another program, if you don't want to take a student to a lab, if you don't have the ability to go to a lab for summer, because it is quite a sacrifice. You have to leave your home campus and travel to a national lab. If you have one nearby, then you can commute, but if you don't, then you have to maintain 2 residencies like I've done for 5 years. It's not cheap to do that, especially if you're living in Berkeley. Berkeley Lab and other labs have another program called the SULI program, where the students can apply on their own, and if they find a mentor, they can go on their own. They don't have to be with a faculty person. And Berkeley has another specific thing called the Bluff, and I've bluffed my way into this program too. The Berkeley Lab Undergraduate Faculty Fellowship. So if you have funding, you can go there and work with a collaborator. I think, folks, the hardest thing to do is find a person that's good to work with, that you have the same interest. That's the hardest thing to do. Once you've done that, the Yellow Brick Road kind of opens up for you. And I've worked in the same lab for 5 years. This is Dr. Steve on the right. And that's the first cohort of students that I had. Stephanie Patterson there crouched, pipetting, and she's just pipetting water. That's why she doesn't have safety glasses on. And that's Megan Hook, the 2 students that came for the first cohort with me. And the one thing that I found after taking 5 groups of students, this student, Stephanie Patterson, didn't really have a female role model at our campus. She was a physics major, and all the physicists that we had were men. And so when she got to Berkeley Lab, suddenly she saw these powerful female researchers, and it really, we say transform. What does that mean, transform? Well, these students truly are transforming, and I'm not talking just about educational, intellectual. I mean, that part is kind of a no-brainer.